What I liked about building Arizona Families is they didn't try to push me in one direction or another. I explained, why I was interested in it and asked a lot of questions, and they were open and honest, answered my questions very well. Lisa, who I worked with specifically, had 4 children adopted from international countries, so for me, they were the easiest to work with, and it just seemed like I had the best conversation. I was the most relaxed with them. Be open and honest with what's important to you and how you feel and what you're looking for, and expect that same respect back to you. You've got to find an agency and people that are willing to address your own concerns and questions and make you feel comfortable, because it's a tough process to enter in, and you need to be able to feel like you can be yourself. The agency is very supportive. It's a frustrating and a difficult process to navigate, and they are really there to help you with each step of the way via phone calls, emails, etc. They just provide a lot of guidance when you need it most, and they're very honest and transparent with the process. So for me, even when I was much younger, I always assumed I'd adopt a child and have a biological child. So it was just something I always felt was important. I've done a lot of travel, and I've been to a lot of different places, and I've seen young children who aren't as fortunate as we are here in the United States. So when I looked into the adoption process, the international route seemed the best fit for me. Haiti just kind of was the right fit for me. When I started this process, it was a few years after the major earthquake there, and so I knew there was a lot of need. I traveled to several third world countries and just saw things that made my heart want to take me in that type of a direction. Haiti's so close to the United States. It's a 2-hour flight from Miami, so I thought that would be a little bit easier instead of a 16-hour, 24-hour flight. And so when I talked to Lisa, I met her, and she said, Haiti's open. For me, it clicked. It was the right thing. I'd also recruited a physician in my career that was from Haiti and really enjoyed talking to him. So it just seemed the right fit for me. I met these children that don't know what it's like to have a lot of love and a lot of things in your life. The things that we take for granted, fresh drinking water and things like that, they just don't have that. So you see these little faces who all they want to do is love on you and climb on your lap. And so it was an amazing experience. I feel so fortunate to have been able to go there and spend time with them. And it just provides a certain amount of satisfaction that you can't really explain. You don't think going on a trip like that is going to enhance your life that much. But when those little faces look up at you and they give you a kiss on the cheek and they hug you, it's just makes you feel on top of the world. So I remember the day very clearly that I was matched. I was at work and I was in the middle of a meeting, and I saw the phone number and I knew it was Building Arizona Families, and I'd been waiting for the call. So I stepped out and was told that I was matched with a little girl. She was 8 months old, and it was the best day of my life. You wait, you have to be patient, and it's a very long process. And so when you get that call, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's magical. It's just one of those things, and the tears just started to come, and you just take the night and you celebrate how fortunate you are that you're lucky enough to be blessed with a child. Yana's amazing. She's beautiful, she's sweet, she's very inquisitive and curious. She is so excited to learn and just to see things. I love that I got to experience a little bit of her culture there and see what it's like. And I just cannot wait to bring her home and to try and provide, I'm hoping to enrich in her life the way that she can enrich in mine. You go there and I'd been in this process for so long, and never once did I think or even fathom that the child wouldn't fall in love with me. And so I fell in love with her the day I found out about her. Before I knew her, that love was so present for me. And so I got a little nervous on the way over there. What if she doesn't love me the same way I love her? And the first day I held her, she cried for 2 hours and looked up at me and was just like, who the heck are you and why are you here? But over the 2 weeks that I was there, I can feel that she fell in love with me as much as I fell in love with her. And it was the most special experience of my life. And I will never forget. I remember every day so clearly with her. I held her in my arms the first day. Even though she was crying, I wouldn't let go. She's a little bit stubborn, so am I. So I thought we were a pretty good match that way. And I just knew that I had to show my commitment to her to get her to believe that I would be showing up every day. I played with toys. She just hit me with them a few times and threw them at me. But eventually she was starting to learn. She crawled. She was pulling herself up. She took a step while she was holding on to something. So I consider that I saw her first step. So it was just a great experience. Within 2 weeks, she was a completely different little girl from the day I got there to the day I left. And I also rocked her to sleep. She's 9 months old, so we were active when I was there. I was stimulating her a lot, and I could tell as soon as she'd start to suck her thumb or whine a little bit, it was ready for a nap. So I'd just pick her up, hold her in my arms, lay her down, I'd rock her and stuff, and she'd go right to sleep. The last day I was there, when I was saying goodbye to her, I was very emotional, and I gave her back. She'd fallen asleep, and I'd rocked her to sleep, and then I was giving her back to the nunu, or the nanny. And she looked back at me and saw the tears, and she reached back out for me. The nanny gave her to me, and she just reached out and wiped my tear away. And so for me, I knew that was her way of showing me that she loved me.